What's going on, guys? It's Greg Styles, and it's been a little while since we've done some product reviews. So today we have the Nike L3, but I also want to let you know we finally got a Cascade XRS in. We'll be launching this review for you next week, so stay tuned. Excited to try it on, check it out, and let you guys know what I think. But today we're going to be talking about the all-new Nike L3. So this is the latest in what was their Lakota line. They've made a decision internally at Nike to change the name, which I think is for the better. And so we've got the brand new L3. Basics about it, it's $99.99. So here's the Lakota 2. This was $90. Since then, most lacrosse companies have raised the average price of their high-end heads to $99.99. So that's the price of L3 moving forward. And the only color that's going to come in is white. Usually you see at least one other color for heads. Maybe it's black. Maverick offers 4. They've only got white. That is like 90% of the market, so I totally understand why they would do that. So let's talk about some of the changes from the Nike Lakota 2 to the L3. The Lakota has always been a really great line, very popular with college offensive middies, but has also spread throughout the field into LSMs. And it's just got a nice smooth face shape, not too high and pinched, not too tight. It's just nice and gradual, and so it works for a lot of different players. So what's new, number one, is the weight. The Lakota 2 was at 5 ounces. This one weighs 4.63, I think exactly on our scale, which is really light. That's one of the lightest heads that we've weighed. That puts it in the weight range of the Optic 3. It's a very lightweight head, and as far as I can tell, it lost a good bit of weight, but they didn't sacrifice much in stiffness, and so they do have a new plastic they were talking about with this head that might have something to do with that. Other changes are predominantly in the look. So you've got some new styling in the throat, this cool purple iridescent Nike logo and ball stop. Some cuts up in the back of the throat, just like they had with their goalie head that I like. It makes the throat slimmer and easier to get your hand up a little bit higher. The scoop is very similar, just a couple new cuts and designs. One thing that's noticeable on the scoop that was the same for the 2 actually, and it does look like they rounded it out a little more for the L3, is that there's no string protection lip. So usually there's a big round here, or SDX Heads, who designs the Nike heads, they have a protecting lip for the scoop. The strings are just sort of out there, so that might be a little additional wear and tear relative to other heads, but if you didn't have a problem with the Lakota 2, it's pretty much the same, so you probably won't have a problem here. So let's talk about stringing. It's very simple. The head has a nice easy face shape like I talked about, and I think it's pretty much, if I can get that, the same exact face shape as the Lakota 2. So if you like the face shape of the Lakota 2, you're gonna like the L3, and it tends to string up a really nice pocket. They got 17 string holes, not a crazy number, but certainly enough to string a great pocket. They're evenly and well spaced. Nice thickness on the back of the rail to get your knots tight, so pretty easily got a nice mid pocket with the Hero 3 with a nice channel. I don't think you're gonna have any problem stringing this up. You don't have all the options that you do with some of the string king heads with the 30 holes or Mavericks up in the 20s now, but this is certainly gonna get the job done and is nothing to complain about. Strings up really well. So overall, just like with these successive heads, if you liked the older versions, you're gonna love the L3. It's, as far as I can tell, pretty much nothing but improvements and not a lot of sacrifice. So if you have been a Lakota user in the past, I think you're really gonna like the L3. It's a great overall MIDI head, and I guarantee you're gonna see a lot of them on college fields coming up this next spring. So let me know if you've used one. We'd love to hear your comments and questions. Let us know if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for that XRS review.